So recently I just hit the 6-month mark of my FPV journey, and it's been quite the learning experience. So I want to share with you the 5 most important things that I've learned since starting. If I had to describe what FPV is to someone who knew nothing about it, my mind immediately goes to skateboarding. As someone who was really into skateboarding, BMX, and the whole X Games scene at one point in time, learning a new trick with a drone is a lot like learning a new kickflip or learning how to drop into a half pipe for the first time.
My name's Johnny Knoxville, and I'm going to drop in on the vert ramp for the first time ever.
Or if you ever seen Tony Hawk land the 900 for the first time, or Travis Pastrana land a double backflip for the first time, it's the same rush of endorphins, the same level of excitement, and the same feeling of accomplishment. Just not as life-threatening at all. And with learning new tricks, you also learn the meaning of failure and how to overcome failure. Which brings us to the second thing that I've learned: perseverance. If you're in this hobby, you know what it's like to lose your drone, break things, or maybe even cut yourself on a propeller if you're not wise. But with every failure, every disappointment, every fuck up, you get up, you get over the hump, and you keep on going. And if we reference skateboarding again, no trick is completed without some sort of failure, some sort of getting back up to do the same trick over and over and over again until you nail it. And if we take a look at the best FPV pilots that do freestyle, they always say you'll never get better being scared of crashing your drone. In fact, the more you crash, the better pilot that you'll become. Now, this is the part that may or may not keep you in the hobby, and that's repairing your drone. More specifically, soldering. Now, unless you come from a tech background or you've picked up a soldering iron randomly for a Raspberry Pi, soldering is not something that you're just going to know how to do, okay? In fact, if you have done it before, you might still be garbage at it, which is why I highly recommend you buy a good quality soldering iron. Don't be like me and buy the cheap shit from Amazon. You're only gonna make it harder for yourself. The tips are going to burn out. The soldering wire is going to be trash. You're gonna end up soldering pads together, shorting your stack out. Next thing you know, you're gonna be on Reddit asking, "How bad is my soldering?" Which makes you even more insecure about your soldering, which leads you down a path to quit. Don't be that guy. Just practice. I still need practice. My soldering is ass too, so take that for what it is. Now, it's no secret that the more you fly, the more money you're likely to spend. Which is why it's imperative for you to create a budget for yourself and fly within your means. It's extremely important to really understand why you're buying something, the likelihood that you're going to use that something, and the cost to benefit ratio of that something. But please understand that if you want to go digital, it's going to cost you. And if you're on a tight budget, just go ahead and stick with analog. But also know that whatever path you choose, the initial buy-in, if you want to avoid cheap ready-to-fly kits you'll stop flying within 2 months, is going to be a bit pricey. You'll need goggles, a radio, a drone, batteries, and tools if you don't have any, so it's not cheap. So I just wanted to throw that out there for those of you who are viewing in preparation to buying your first drone. If you have trouble with money management, the absolute cheapest thing that you can do is fly in a simulator, which you should be doing anyway, regardless of what decision you decide to go with. And lastly, the most important thing that I've learned is the importance of just simply having a hobby to begin with. I think we're getting to the point in society where we're obsessed with productivity, with the fear of not having enough, with the fear of being seen as lazy, or with the thought that whatever we're doing has to lead to some sort of monetization at the end of the tunnel. The room for taking up a hobby to just get your mind off of daily stresses just starts to fade away. You can find yourself just waking up, going to work, eating somewhere in between, going home, taking a shower, going to sleep, just to wake up and do it all over again, day in and day out, just slowly forgetting about any hobbies or interests that you may have had prior to doing whatever you are doing for a career. I think we often forget that having something to do outside of your 9 to 5 or having a community that you share common interests with is imperative to maintaining your mental health. That being said, I'd have never thought 2 years ago that FPV would be a great way for me to just clear my mind and get away from it all, but it is. And I don't think that there's ever been a point in time while flying that I've been thinking about anything else. And it's truly a dope feeling, and I really wish that I could share it with more people, which kind of brings things full circle because now I'm here sharing my journey with you. Life comes at you fast, I guess, but it is what it is. And although on the less technical side of things, those are the 5 most important lessons that I've learned since starting FPV. So what are your thoughts on my list? What does FPV mean to you? Why did you start flying? Has it helped your mental health? Let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. Catch you later.